Has it been a whole week since you were exposed to the dulcet tones of our bulletin? Why, that's more or less exactly the interval we expect. Which means it's time for this week's Thunder Cougar Falcon Bulletin, a short smattering of events from our last week of radsick video game adventures. Our Friday night ops for Planetside was suitably epic. We played on Indar for the duration of our ops, with Mighty running an alpha team and Bravo being run by Nojun and later Pope. We spent the first part of our ops working around the Torek tech plant region. We preemptively moved Asundera into the Torek depot area ahead of a Vanu capture of Broken Arch Road. This preceded our capture of Torek tech depot, after which we began a long push onto the tech plant. After a few waves of diffuser sunderers were required to clear out resident prowlers and enemy spawn sunderers within the actual building itself, we got into the tech plant and started to capture the base against the TR who were defending. The Bravo squad at the time worked on controlling the upper deck of the tech plant with the turrets, and then they moved down to control the SCU once that became vulnerable from the capture timer. Once that was done, the TR began sending vehicles in from the tower and recycling bases, but by that time it was too late and we captured the base. After the fight was done, we deployed to the NC front, eventually stopping at Allerton Botany Wing to set up a line of lancers overlooking TI alloys to stop an NC armor push that was coming up the road. Once that was concluded, we moved up to help defend Allerton Broadcast Hub from the NC assault there, which was suitably zerged. After the Sundera and capture point were clear from the NC assault, we then moved a small team up ahead to West Highlands checkpoint, but once we were arrived, we were overwhelmed by a greeting of NC freedom. Following this, we used the Quartz Ridge to Indar array connection to drop behind the NC forces at West Highlands and began a capture of Indar array, which ultimately succeeded for Vanu. The battle then began to rage incredibly fiercely between Indar array and Dahaka Southern, with lots of backcapping going on each side. Lots of anti-vehicle ranges and air fights over the whole thing. This fight was going on for about 15 to 20 minutes. After we were done with that particular set of fights, we moved down to Broken Arch Road to defend against a TR vehicle zerg that had pushed up from the tech plant, and then we wrapped up our ops by returning to the warp gate and welcoming a new member to the outfit, Aurelius. So if you see them around the traps, make sure to make them feel welcome if you catch them. Our Sunday night ops was on Indar for the duration of the Sunday night alert for Briggs. We started out with around 14 people, and we began with a bit of air support around Indar array to successfully support some friendly troops there. Followed by making some aggressive pushes on Howling Pass checkpoint to capture the A point and hold that as long as we could. After this, we went to help finish the capture of Galaxy Solar Plant by dropping our Galaxy on an anti-vehicle nest on top of the hills behind the base. We arrived and cleared it out just before another friendly squad of Vanu had the same idea. Following this, we managed to help out a resecure on East Canyon checkpoint by dropping a squad on the hill above it and destroying the TR vehicles on the capture point, using the power of dank flanks and lances. The Briggs Sunday night alert was streamed with an observer cam on Shy Guy Squid's Twitch channel. We feature in the stream a few times for base captures and some of our shenanigans. It's definitely worth checking it out. Moving on to other game news for the week. Ark and Dirty Bomb continue to be the main contenders for interest at present, with Ark providing a slower-paced survival and building gameplay to the frantic, fast-paced murdathon of Dirty Bomb. Dirty Bomb continues to help our team improve in terms of cohesion and small-scale communication due to the game's objective-based nature. We also have a few recap clips go up from our Guns of Icarus night the week previous, so if you love seeing what you missed out on, it's totally worth checking out the 2 clips on Mighty's channel talking about Guns of Icarus. FOMO and learning in one convenient package. In wider news, the Steam Summer Sale is currently underway, with some awesome sales going on the whole time. Remember to check out our shopping list of games for titles that we'll be making an effort to put some collective playtime into over the future. Especially notable titles are Guns of Icarus Online, the Space Marine Collection, Natural Selection 2, Killing Floor 2, Chivalry, Medieval Warfare, Unreal Tournament, Gmod, Rising Storm, Distance, the 2 Transformers games, War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron, as well as a lot of other games. As a quick side note, there is currently a deal for Shadow of Mordor on Bundle Stars for cheaper than the Steam sale. Hooray for cheap video games! This concludes the bulletin for this week. If you have any hot tips of the next week in terms of things that are noteworthy for us, let Mighty know so that you might take your place among the stars of the internet. Until next week, be excellent to each other.